Spider-Man sequels are battlegrounds, where heroes are forged in fire, villains rise from ashes, and one wrong move can unravel an entire saga. For every Spider-Man 2, a prequel that redefined superhero storytelling, and also a sequel that stumbled. This is a lot more than bigger fights and flashier suits. It's about Peter Parker's heart being torn between power and responsibility, love and loss, hope and haunting what-ifs. The best Spider-Man sequels not only raise stakes, they break them. They force the boy behind the mask to outgrow his doubts, his enemies, even the legacy he inherits. But when they fail, they fail spectacularly, crumbling under the weight of greed, rushed plots, and studio meddling. So why do some sequels soar while others snap? Well, the brutal truth, in storytelling, every web must swing towards something, or snap into nothing. Yes, and Spider-Man's proof of that. Spider-Man 2 isn't just one of the greatest superhero sequels, it's one of the greatest sequels ever. It took everything from Spider-Man 2002 and elevated it. The stakes are higher, Peter's struggles are deeper, and Dr. Octopus is a villain that isn't just memorable, he's hauntingly tragic. And then there's Tom Holland's Spider-Man. His second film, Far From Home, did something different. It challenged Peter in a way no Spider-Man sequel had before. Instead of fighting a villain with brute strength, he was up against Mysterio, a master manipulator who used illusions to make Peter doubt himself. A good second film not only asks what's next, it forces the hero to evolve. And if you're itching to unravel how Spider-Man's best follow-ups turned growth into greatness, and missteps into lessons, consider this your cliffhanger. But first, grab that subscribe button, and we'll swing straight into the secrets of crafting sequels that don't just continue, they transform. After all, every legendary saga deserves a second act that earns its legacy. And so do you. A good sequel significantly elevates the story, but the best sequels challenge their heroes in ways that make them grow, introduce new stakes that weren't possible before, and leave us on the edge of our seats. And when it comes to Spider-Man, we've seen some of the best examples of how to do this right. One of the most important ingredients? Escalation. A follow-up film needs to feel bigger, not just in action, but in consequences. Take Spider-Man 2, for example. In the first film, Peter had to learn what it meant to be Spider-Man. But in the sequel, he had to learn what it cost. Then there's Tom Holland's second outing, Far From Home. Instead of keeping things local, the film throws Peter into a world he's never faced before. Literally. With Tony Stark gone, he's forced to step out of his mentor's shadow and define what kind of hero he really is. And when Mysterio manipulates him, he doesn't just lose a fight, he loses his identity. That's Escalation done right. The first film establishes the hero, but the second pushes them past their limits. And that leads us to the second key ingredient, character growth. Look at No Way Home. Tom Holland's Spider-Man starts the trilogy as a kid looking up to Tony Stark, leaning on the Avengers for guidance. By the third film, he's alone, making the toughest choices of his life. This is what makes No Way Home such a success when it comes to sequels. It not only builds on what came before, but totally transforms the story into something completely new, without compromising the character growth. And of course, no sequel works without a strong villain. Dr. Octopus, Mysterio, the Green Goblin. Good follow-up films understand that the antagonist needs to challenge the hero in new and unexpected ways. Whether it's through sheer power, psychological warfare, or personal stakes, the best sequels make their villains feel like impossible obstacles. This is why Spider-Man sequels work so well as they evolve. They take familiar elements and twist them, forcing the hero into new territory. Now let's hear from you. Which Spider-Man sequel do you think handled character growth the best? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you're loving this deep dive, click here to watch our complete Great Stories series, where we break down the best storytelling techniques in film history. A second outing is only as strong as its ending. If the first movie sets the stage and the sequel raises the stakes, then the way it concludes determines whether the story stays with us or fades with time. Spider-Man's best follow-ups don't just leave us with action-packed finales. They end with moments that redefine the character. Spider-Man 2 closes with Peter finally embracing his role as Spider-Man, but at the cost of his personal happiness. Far From Home ends with Peter's biggest nightmare, his identity exposed to the world. No Way Home doesn't just wrap up a trilogy, it resets Peter Parker's entire life, making his next chapter a mystery, paving the way for another trilogy. For unseen footage on how Tom Holland's Spider-Man journey truly started, check out Spider-Man Homecoming bonus content. It's packed with behind-the-scenes details, deleted scenes, and insights into how Peter Parker's MCU story kicked off. Click the link below for select access. The best sequels set up something new without losing sight of what made the first film work. They not only end a story, but open doors to something greater. In many cases, yes. The final moments are what we remember the most. A great sequel ending makes us reflect on the journey we've just experienced and gets us excited for what's next. And that's what makes Spider-Man sequels stand the test of time. They challenge their hero, take bold risks, and deliver finales that matter. And if you've been following this series, you won't want to stop here. Click on the Great Stories series playlist to binge every breakdown, from how to write great fiction to how to make a great trilogy. Let's keep exploring what makes storytelling legendary. Thank you for swinging through this chapter with us, because great sequels, they're more than ending stories. They're about unwritten chapters. And just like Peter Parker's never-ending story, our journey also continues in our Best of the Worst Movies series.